Alright, hello. I am going to be making some more scrunchies today. This is my first time live streaming on my phone, my second time live streaming ever. There's a cat whisker. And I'm going to be turning some of my scrap yarn, or this yarn isn't really scrap yarn, I just don't really like the way that it's wound, so I'm just going to turn this into a scrunchie. I'm starting with my slip knot, which I'm going to put onto my hook. And then the way that you want to use your scrunchie is you want to work into it like it's a magic ring. So here's my long tail, here's my short tail. I'm just going to hold my short tail onto the scrunchie so that way I can have it like hidden and weave in that end. So the way you work into it with a magic ring is you want to put your hook in, pull up a loop, pull out. So you have 2 on your hook. I don't know if it's super, I think I need to be over here for it to be more focused. I'm still getting used to this. Yarn over, pull through both. Insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. And you really want to keep doing this until you get all the way around the scrunchie, because the more that you're able to fit on, the more elastic you're able to have the scrunchie be. It's less likely to be kind of restricted by the stitches that you're putting onto it. So just gonna keep going around. You can see that as I go, this tail over here is getting eaten up by the bottom, so that way you can just, what's it called? You know, you can put your, you can weave in your ends. That's it, weave in your ends. It's been a long day. It really hasn't been a long day. It's just been an interesting day. When I was at work, my allergies started getting really bad. There was a torrential downpour yesterday. And so all of the pollen came down and started setting off my allergies. So I took a Benadryl and then I nearly passed out at work. I was so tired from it, so I just went home. And now I'm crocheting. I forget why I started telling that story. Oh, because I said that it was a long day. But anyway, you're going to keep doing, insert your hook, pull up loop, yarn over, pull through. If you've worked in a magic ring before, it'll work just like a magic ring. And the reason why this is an absolutely horrible shape for a yarn ball, it's because when I was using my cake maker, the yarn winder, it was like, oh, I should be down here more. There we go. It was, it started to break, and so then all of the cakes it was making were coming out kind of funky, and this one I didn't weave very tight. So I'm gonna stretch it so that way I can see how far it stretches. It didn't weave very tight, so it started to unwind, and I had to rewind it back up, but I couldn't use the cake maker for it. Anyway, we're almost to the other side. Just gonna keep doing insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. And then you can see I'm doing little checks like that. The first design that I'm going to do is going to be something that looks a little bit more, oh, hold on, let me redo that stitch. There we go. But the first design that I'm going to do is going to be something that looks more like big ruffles on a scrunchie. So here, this is what it looks like all around. These are the stitches that you'll be working into, and you can really do anything on these stitches that you want to do. I really love making scrunchies because I feel like they're very forgiving and they're very easy to experiment on. So I'm just going to start this one by doing a half double crochet, and then in the next one, a treble crochet. Actually, I think I'll do 2 treble crochets into that one. Like I said, it's very forgiving. So there's my second treble crochet. I'm really not a fan of this yarn ball right now. Look at this. This is a mess. But there's a metaphor in here somewhere. We'll find it. Oop. Oh, maybe not. Okay. This is a great learning lesson. Make sure that you take care of your yarn. We got like 18 viewers right now. That's pretty good. So I did a half double crochet. I did 2 treble crochets into the next stitch. I'm going to do a half double crochet into the stitch after that. So then you'll have something that looks like this. It'll be a nice little petal. And then to separate the petals, I like to do a slip stitch. And then you can start that again. So we'll do a half double crochet. That's yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 3, and then 2 trebles into the next one. So yarn over twice before inserting your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to do 2 treble crochets into that stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and then a half double crochet into the one after that. Pull through 3. Slip stitch, and then we're going to do it again. Half double crochet, next stitch 2 trebles, so here's 1, here's 2, and then 1 half in the next one. Slip stitch, and then the next one, half double crochet, 2 trebles, and I'm going to start to speed up a little bit so that way you can get an idea of, oops, get back here, an idea of how long it takes to make one of these scrunchies. And the different designs that you make, the different ways that you experiment with them, they're going to take different amounts of time. You'll see with the next one that I make that I'm going to have it be a lot quicker of a design. It's why I really like making those types of ones. Did I slip stitch? I did. I really like making those quick ones because I think that they come out really pretty. I think they come out really nice. And then if you master it, which is very easy to do, then you can like put some little twists on it to make it even more beautiful. And it's just as easy. Feel free to drop any questions you have in the comments. I don't know if the chat is turned on or not. Let me see if I can do that. Welcome to live chat. Yeah, I think it should be on. Cool. Well, send me a chat if you want, even if just to say hi. Oh, hi. Hi, Purple PM. Nice to see you. Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them. If you want me to slow down, if you want me to elaborate on something, I'm more than happy to. Here's going to be our 2 trebles. second treble, half double, and slip stitch. Let me show you what this looks like right now. I am making scrunchies. So this is the scrunchie I have so far with the pattern I've been working on. I use hair ties. I got these ones from Target. And you work into it like a magic ring. So that way you can still have the elastic of the scrunchie, but also really decorate it however you want it to be. Thank you for asking. Half double crochet, treble crochet, second treble crochet. Thank you. I'm glad to have your company. Half double crochet, slip stitch, half double crochet, treble crochet, second treble crochet, half double crochet again. And now you can see we're starting to get to the end. And when I was loading up my stitches, I actually was not counting at all and not using it to work into the pattern. I find that it's super forgiving to do scrunchies, where if you break the pattern a little bit, it's really easy to either fix it or make it look like you can't even notice it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put the last half double crochet in the stitch that we were just working in, and then slip stitching at the bottom here, and that completely fixes it. It's very, very simple. Hi Tabitha, nice to meet you, nice to have you here. And so then I'm just gonna trim the edge, pull through all the way, and then I'm just gonna weave in my end. I know everybody always has their own methods to how they weave in their ends. There we go, just a few little ones. And just like that, in about 12 minutes, it seems, you can have a scrunchie. They're very easy to make. They're very quick. I don't have specific patterns for them. I just kind of make them up as I go, and it always comes out really nice. They're great for gifts. They're great for gifts. I bring them to work. People really like them. I've gotten some requests for them. I've gotten requests for colors. I get to try different shapes. So yeah, it's really great for scrap yarn. So let me show you. I have these little bobbins that I fill sometimes with scraps from projects. Let me show you how you can use this little amount of, what's it called, yarn, to make a wonderful scrunchie. So we're gonna take our scrunchie. We're gonna do our slip knot. Stick that on your hook. And you have your long tail and your short tail. And I'm just gonna drop this down there so that way I don't have to worry about it. And I line up the shorter tail with the ring so that way I can stitch in the end. So now, this is when you start working into it like a magic ring. It's a little hard to hold on to right now. That's all right. So you want to insert into the loop, drop a stitch, pull it through, yarn over, pull through both loops. Drop a stitch from inside, yarn over, pull through both. And so if you look in a pattern. This is working single crochets into a magic ring. So you might see it written like that. You might see it written as working SC into MR, but that's how you'll see it written in a pattern. And I'm gonna start to speed it up a little bit now that you're kind of getting used to seeing me do it. You insert your hook, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through. And you can see that as I go, it's starting to cover up this tail, and it's starting to cover my hair tie. Growing up, I always called those scrunchies too, and then people told me that the scrunchies are like the fluffy ones, so I still call these scrunchies, and sometimes it confuses people, but not always. You know, language is fluid. So I'm just gonna keep going around. You can see that I can get really fast at doing this. I've been crocheting for 5 years now. It started as a COVID hobby, and now I can sell things. I actually did a commission for the course that I'm in for a, what's it called? An auction that they did, and my blanket sold for $350. I personally think it should have gone for more. I might be biased, but. So you can see we're getting to the other end of the ring. And when I start getting close to the end, I like to give it a stretch, so that way you can see how much it'll stretch, because you want to make sure that these keep their elastic, and it'll open it up a little bit so you can make some more room, put in some more stitches. Gonna do one last little pull. And this next pattern I'm gonna show you that I do with these is so fun. It's very easy, very beginner friendly. You start by doing chain 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1 stitch, and then you can either slip stitch, or I like to single crochet into the one after that. Then I'm gonna slip stitch, so that way there's some height here and less height there. And then you're gonna do 6 chains again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip a stitch, and then go into the next stitch and put a single crochet there. Slip stitch, repeat. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, 4, 5, 6, oops, there we go. Skip 1, single crochet. And you're just gonna repeat that all the way around. Did I do my slip stitch? I didn't do my slip stitch. There we go. So you're just gonna keep repeating that around. 2, 3, 4, oops. Oops. 5, 6. And a way that you can spruce this up even more, once you get the hang of this one, maybe the second one that you make, you can add this little spice to it.
I need to make noise.
You need to make noise?
Like I need to, I need to dig for something in the freezer.
Okay. My roommate is here. He's going to dig for things in the freezer. Go for it. Single crochet, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, single crochet, slip stitch, chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip 1, single crochet, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip 1, single crochet, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip 1, single crochet. We're starting to get close to the beginning. Ooh, you good?
Yeah.
1, oops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip 1, single crochet. Oh, don't forget the slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, single crochet, slip stitch. And you can cut your end, fasten off the yarn, and weave in your end. And then I can show you how this came out. This is how I weave in my ends. I just weave it in and out of each stitch a few times, then you can just trim it off. And here is the second design that we made. And if you were curious about how much yarn was left on that bobbin, we have about this much left. So it might be enough for another scrunchie. If not, then we could just make it into something else. So, you know what, let's experiment with that right now. I'm gonna turn it all into chains and then see if I can make a little bow with it. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm trying to think of how big I need it for a bow. Maybe 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. We're just going to use the rest of this. Because we're just going to make a really thin bow out of it. Just eat up the rest of that. I never know how to make a bow look super pretty. And I'm gonna try my darndest. There we go, we got a little bow. Trim that, trim that. And maybe we'll even put it on the first one. It might be really cute to put there. Yeah, I could see it going here somewhere. And this is just me experimenting right now. I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why I really love doing scrunchies. I feel like they're a great project for if you don't know what you're doing. You just don't know what you want to make. Like, yeah, that did not work just now, but I have inserted it. And now I'm just gonna work it like it's a shoelace and tie it. And then add it into a little bow. Could be cute. I don't know if I'm entirely happy with it, but I want to show you something else, so I'm going to move on to that. For our next color, I'm going to do... Let's do this one. I think this will be really interesting to see how it comes out. I just need to find the end of it. I'm sorry that my ends are all so terrible. There we go. I have it coming out of the center of the actual cake, so it should be a lot easier. So here's my hair tie. Gonna make the slip knot. Load it onto your hook. And just like in the last one, you're gonna hold the shorter end close to the hair tie. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, take it out, yarn over, pull through. Drop a loop, yarn over, pull through. Drop a loop, yarn over, pull through. And you're going to keep doing this around until you've covered the entire hair tie. I just got a very interesting email. It's an invite to a holiday dinner. I think it's interesting because it was sent out. It's currently halfway through August. And I always appreciate how my sister does these things so far ahead of time. It's so funny to be thinking about coming up with a themed food in the middle of August for a Christmas, Hanukkah celebration party thing. So as you can see, I'm just working it around. And you'll notice that the patterns come out differently depending on the yarn that you use. Like this one was a lot thinner and softer than the other one. So you can also like experiment with that. This one is like thinner but a little fluffier than the first one that we worked with, and a lot looser than the last one that we worked with. So you can see that the reason why I'm holding the tail in this spot is because then you can slowly weave in your end. You want to keep going around, getting really close to finishing it. And I really like using my multicolored yarn on this because I find that I don't usually use my multicolored yarn for anything. So I'll buy some and then I'll never use it. So this is how I'm using it now. And I thought it was so interesting. I was showing my yarn to somebody yesterday and I remembered the story of how I got each and every yarn. And I thought that that was a neat fact I learned about myself, that I just remember how I met all of my yarn. Okay, so in the last one, we did chain 6, single crochet, slip stitch, chain 6, single crochet, slip stitch. This one we're going to do something very similar, but it'll make a different shape. So we're going to chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to single crochet front loop only. So if you look at these, hold on, can it focus? How do I get it to focus? It doesn't want to focus. Okay, so if you look, actually it might be easier to look on one of these. No. Okay, so if you know what a stitch looks like, you'll see that it has this little V shape. and there's the top line and the bottom line. The one that's closer to you, so this bottom line, that one is going to be your front loop, and the one that's on top, the one further than you, is your back loop. So we're gonna do our single crochet. We're gonna do this, skip the first one, go into the second one, and we're gonna insert to the front loop only. And we're gonna do our single crochet like normal. And then we're gonna skip the slip stitch, I think, in this one. No, we're not gonna skip the slip stitch. I wanna anchor this some. So I'm gonna slip stitch the next one. And we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And instead of going into the front loop, we're gonna go into the back loop. You single crochet that. And what you can see, not necessarily right away, but you will see, is that it's gonna add a tiny bit of a wave to the waves that we're adding. So I'm gonna do my slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, and then I'm gonna go into both of them. So I have one in the center. So it'll be chain 6, skip 1, single crochet front loop only, slip stitch. Chain 6, skip 1, single crochet back loop only, slip stitch. Chain 6, skip 1, single crochet normally, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, front loop only. I don't think I went in that straight. There we go. Slip stitch. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, back loop. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, front loop. Slip stitch. And I'm looking at it, and I kind of am not vibing with it. So I think that what's gonna happen is that when I finish it, I'm gonna go around a second time and try to add frills into the spaces. And I think that that's how I'm gonna feel more comfortable with how this looks. Like it a little bit more. 4, 5, 6. Skip 1. Come on. There we go. Slip stitch. But this will be the last one that I'm making today on this live stream. Thank you for those who have joined. I'm excited because this is my second one, and last time you're gonna skip and go into this one, everything. Last time I didn't get any viewers, so this is really cool that I'm starting to get some more viewers. Skip 1. This one is gonna be front loop only. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, back loop. Slip stitch. We're almost back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1. Both of them. I may have messed up, I don't know. But that's okay, because on scrunchies, you kind of don't need to pay attention. 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1. Front loop. Oh, don't forget the slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna stick it in here. Okay, so this is where I'm at. I think that I want to go around and try to add into the stitches that we're skipping and add a little bit more volume to them. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm going to go in from the front to do this one. And I think I'm just going to do a slip stitch. And then a slip stitch again into the one that already has been worked into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so we worked into the front last time. I want to work into the back this time. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to see if I can get like a little winding effect. Let me see how it looked on this one. Yeah, that might work. So we're going to work into the back. Slip stitch. Do I like that? No. I'm just going to work it the way I was doing the other one. And I accidentally frogged more of it than I would have liked to. That's okay. Sometimes that's how it is. Crochet is a great way to learn patience. I'm gonna see what happens if I do it like that. Do I like that? Just going in between them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is what I mean when I say that, like, this is a really great way to explore and experiment. Because now I'm just working into the spaces that we already have. And it's creating a really interesting shape, and I'm kind of vibing with it. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I might do that. I'm just going into the space and slip stitching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insert hook, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. Insert hook, yarn over, pull through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's kind of like a doily, which is giving me an idea of looking into filet crocheting patterns and finding a way to work those into scrunchies. I think that would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that could be a really cool idea, and I'd love to look into that more because I want to get into filet crochet more. But if you're a beginner, this is a great project. If you have a lot of scrap yarn, this is a great project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want a quick project, this is a great project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insert hook, yarn over, pull through. And look, we're already almost back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I think that we're almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like not on camera anymore. 4, 5, 6. No, I think that's all of them. I'm gonna slip stitch the last one. Trim it. Weave in the end, and then I'll show you how it came out. But I think that we made some pretty cool scrunchies here today. It took about 40 minutes to make 3 of them. Each one took a different amount of time. It was a different design. I did some different colors, some different textures here. So this is how this one came out. I think that this is a really cool pattern, actually. I really like how this came out. I want to make some more that look like this. So here are the scrunchies that we made today. Thank you for joining, and hopefully I'll see you